Good afternoon, all of you. Myself, Mrs. R.S. Pawar. I have completed my MSc in Analytical Chemistry. I have qualified SET exam and I am here to teach you the paper of Analytical Chemistry CCTP 9 CHA 392. I am teaching this paper. What is mean by CCTP? CCTP means Core Compulsory Theory Paper. Okay, now name of this paper is Advanced Chromatographic Methods of Analysis. This paper contains two sections. Out of this I will teach you the first section. Name of the first section is Mass Spectrometry and Gas Chromatography. I am teaching this section. Now this section contains 5 chapters. The first chapter is Mass Spectrometry. Second chapter is Fundamentals of Chromatographic Methods of Analysis. The third chapter is Gas Chromatography. Fourth chapter is Gas Chromatography and Mass Spectrometry. And fifth chapter is Applications of GC and GCMS. Now each chapter will carry 10 to 15 marks according to the length of the chapter. Now we will see the mark distribution of this paper. Analytical chemistry consists of 4 papers: CHA 390, CHA 391, 394. Each paper have 2 sections. Okay, means we have 8 sections. Now what is the mark distribution for these papers? Here is the 70 plus 30 pattern, means university assessment will carry 70% mark, and internal assessment means continuous assessment will carry 30% mark, means you have to get, this is the criteria for the paper. Now for passing the paper, for university assessment you have to get 40% mark, and for continuous assessment also you have to get 40% mark for your passing the paper. This is the passing criteria, means how much mark you have to obtain. In university paper you have to obtain 12 marks, and in internal assessment you have to obtain 12 marks. Here 28 marks for university assessment. You have to obtain 28 marks in university paper for passing, and 12 marks for internal assessment, means continuous assessment, for passing the paper. Now we will start with our chapter. Now we will start with this section, Mass Spectrometry and Gas Chromatography. Okay, this section will carry the chromatographic methods of analysis and also the study of the mass spectroscopy. Now firstly we will start with the second chapter, Fundamentals of Chromatographic Analysis. Now what is mean by the chromatography? We will first understand what is the chromatography. Chromatography contains the word chroma. What is the chroma? Chroma means color, and Now we will start with the second chapter, fundamentals of chromatographic methods of analysis. Now, what is the name chromatography? What is mean by chroma? Chroma means color and graphy means writing. Okay, we are studying chromatographic methods of analysis. It is mean by the color writing, means chromatography depends upon the color of the various substances. We obtain different color of the components from the mixture when we separate the components. Now what is this technique? Chromatography is the method of the separation. There are various methods are used for separating the various components from the mixture. Which are that method? You already have used that method, such as distillation, sublimation, chromatography. Out of these many methods, we will study the chromatographic methods of analysis. Now this chromatography is used because it is used to purify the components, identify the components, quantify the component, chromatography is used to identify the component from the mixture. Means chromatography is the qualitative analysis. Chromatography is also called as qualitative and quantitative analysis because it is used to identify which components are present in the mixture. Therefore, this method is called as a qualitative analysis. And this method is also called as quantitative analysis because from this method we can determine how much quantity of that component is present in the mixture. Then we can purify that component, means we can separate all the components from the mixture from each other totally. Therefore, we use this method to purify the mixture. Then it is used to analyze the mixture. We can do total analysis by using the method chromatography. Therefore, most of the scientists use this method for their experiments because this method is used to purify the components, identify the components, quantify the component, and it is also used for the analysis. These are the advantages of the chromatographic methods. Now, who discovered this chromatographic method? The Russian botanist T. Sweat. This Russian botanist T. Sweat, he discovered the method of chromatography. Then how he discovered the method of chromatography? He have taken one column which is filled with the calcium carbonate. Okay. Now over this column he put the solution. This solution is a mixture of the pigments. He pour mixture of pigments. When he run this solution over this column of calcium carbonate, then what happened? He obtained different color bands. He obtained different color band in various time interval on the column. Then the band which appear at the lowest position, it eluted out first. He observed the different color bands. So depending upon these different colors, he named the technique chromatography. Depending on these different colors, he named the technique chromatography. Initially, his experiment is not accepted, but after some years, all the scientists accepted his experiment and various methods are also investigated depending upon the chromatography. Which methods are investigated? Such as the gas chromatography, high performance chromatography, paper chromatography, thin layer chromatography. All such types are then investigated. Now the various scientists in the research lab and also in the pharmaceutical chemistry use these chromatographic methods of analysis. They use advanced technique for their identification of the components. Now we will see what is the chromatography. Now what is the chromatography? What is the meaning of the chromatographic separation? This chromatographic separation takes place in between two phases. First phase is stationary phase. And second is the mobile phase. This stationary phase is the steady phase and mobile phase is the movable phase. Okay, steady phase means it remains at one place and mobile phase is moving over the stationary phase. Now which stationary phases are used? The stationary phase used may be solid or liquid and mobile phase use is the liquid or gas. Depending upon the stationary phase used and the mobile phase used, there are different types of the chromatography. Now what is this stationary phase? Stationary phase is the steady. It is immovable. It is not moving anywhere. The which stationary phases are used? Stationary phase used is the solid or liquid and mobile phase is the movable phase. It moves over the stationary phase. Which mobile phases are used? Liquid and the gas. Depending upon the stationary phase used and liquid mobile phase used, there are different types of the chromatography. On that basis, there is the classification of the chromatography. If stationary phase is solid and mobile phase is the liquid, then the name of the chromatography is column chromatography, high performance liquid chromatography. If stationary phase is liquid and mobile phase is gas, stationary phase is solid or liquid and mobile phase is the gas, then name of the chromatography is gas chromatography. If we use stationary phase liquid, then the gas liquid chromatography, and if stationary phase used is solid, then it is a solid gas chromatography. Okay. Now there are another different types of chromatography on the basis of the methods, such as the HPLC, gas chromatography, paper chromatography, thin layer chromatography. Then depending upon the interactions, there are different types such as the adsorption chromatography, partition chromatography. Depending upon the interaction of what? Interaction of the mobile phase with the liquid phase. Which types are there? First is the adsorption chromatography. Second is the partition chromatography. Third is the size exclusion chromatography. And fourth is the ion exchange chromatography. These are the types depending upon the interaction and depending upon the methods. Which types? Gas chromatography, high performance liquid chromatography, thin layer chromatography and paper chromatography, column chromatography. Depending upon the methods used, they are classified as thin layer chromatography, paper chromatography, column chromatography, gas chromatography, high performance liquid chromatography. These are the types depending upon the methods which are we using for the separation of the different components. Now we will see the distribution ratio. Distribution coefficient is given by Kd. What is the Kd? Kd is the distribution coefficient. It is given by ratio of concentration of solute in stationary phase divided by concentration of solute in mobile phase, means it is given by Cs upon Cm. Kd is given by Cs upon Cm. Kd is concentration of the solute in stationary phase upon concentration of solute in mobile phase. Cs means concentration of solute in stationary phase and Cm means concentration of the solute in the mobile phase. Means Kd gives the interaction of the solute in stationary phase and mobile phase. Now from this equation it is clear that Kd is directly proportional to Cs and Kd is inversely proportional to Cm. If there is the strong interaction of the solute particle with the stationary phase, then we get a greater value of Kd. If there is a strong interaction of the solute particle with the stationary phase, then we have greater value of Kd. When we get greater value of Kd, strong interaction of stationary phase with solute When solute particles have strong interaction with the stationary phase, we get greater value of Kd, and if there is a weak interaction of the solute particle with the stationary phase, then we get less value of Kd. Here what? Weak interaction. Weak interaction of solute particle with stationary phase gives less value of Kd, means it is in the mobile phase, and strong interaction of the solute particle with stationary phase gives greater value of Kd. Then we have seen that Kd is inversely proportional to Cm, means what? If we have greater value of Kd, then movement of the solute particle is less. Now why this movement of the solute particle is less? Because in greater value of Kd, what happen? The solute molecule get adsorbed over the stationary phase, because they have a strong interaction with the stationary phase. That's why they get adsorbed on the stationary phase. They cannot move. So there is a less movement of the solute particles. And when the Kd is inversely proportional to, as Kd is inversely proportional to the Cm, there is a very high movement of the solute particles when there are less interaction with the stationary phase. There is a high movement of the solute particle, means when greater Kd value have the less movement, slow movement. Here what happen? Slow movement of solute particles, and here is fast movement of solute particle. Means which component will elute first? The component which is having less value of Kd, having weak interaction with the stationary phase, they having the fast movement of the solute particle, means they elute first. And the components which are having strong interaction with the stationary phase, they having the greater value of Kd, means they have slow movement of the solute particle, means they elute last. Which component will elute first? The components which are having the low value of Kd will elute first, and the components which are having the high value of Kd, they elute last, because the high value indicates strong interaction with the stationary phase. Now, no two components have the same value of Kd. We are selecting the component such that there is the very great difference in the Kd values. Now the two components, suppose X and Y, they have the Kd values are not same. These Kd values are different, and difference in this Kd value must be large. If there is a large difference in Kd values, we get well separated band. Okay, we get well separated band, means we get bands like this. And if there is a very small difference in the KD values, then we get a merge band. We get bands like this. We have to get the well separated bands so that we can identify the which components are present. We can quantify that component also. We can, if they are well separated, then and then only we can purify that components from the mixture. So the difference in the KD values must be large. Then the mobile phase and stationary phase are how they are selected. The mobile phase and stationary phase are selected so that the difference in the KD values of the components are greater. Then and then only we get a well separated band. In such a way we can obtain the well separated components from the mixture. This is about the basics principles of chromatography, and we have also explained the classification of the chromatography. Chromatography is classified on the basis of the stationary phase and mobile phase used. Then it is classified on the basis of the methods used, and then it is classified on the basis of the interactions taking place in stationary phase and mobile phase. Then what is the chromatography? Chromatography is the separation process. Separation takes place in stationary phase and mobile phase. The molecules, the components which form strong bond with the stationary phase, they get adsorbed over the stationary phase, and the molecules which form weak bond with the stationary phase, they move with the mobile phase, because as they form weak bond with stationary phase, they are strong bonding with the mobile phase. The molecules which are bonding loosely, weakly with the stationary phase, they move with the mobile phase and they elute first. Okay, now we can see one diagram of interaction of the stationary phase and mobile phase. Suppose this is the stationary phase and this is the mobile phase. This stationary phase is steady and this mobile phase is moving. These are the components of the stationary phase, and suppose this is the component of the mobile phase. Now this component of the mobile phase, this mobile phase contain the various component from the mixture. They carry this component over the stationary phase. When mobile phase comes in contact with the stationary phase, what happens? Some of the components from mobile phase get transferred to the stationary phase. The components which forms the strong bond, which forms the attractive type interaction with the stationary phase, they get adsorbed over the stationary phase, and the component which are loosely bound to the stationary phase, they move with the mobile phase. Like this the separation is taking place. Now the components which are remaining on the stationary phase, they get form bond with the fresh mobile phase. As mobile phase is running, this stationary phase comes in contact with the fresh mobile phase. Again what happen? The components which get adsorbed over this stationary phase, they get transferred to the mobile phase. Now which components are transferred? They that are forming strong bond with the stationary phase. This component at the last step, they move with the mobile phase. Now which component will elute first? The components which are having the very weak bonding with the stationary phase, they elute first, and the components which are having strong bond with the stationary phase, they elute last. Now we can see one example of thin layer chromatography. If in this beaker this mobile phase is taken, if we dip this plate, if the spotting is done here, Then what happen when this mobile phase, this is covered, this mobile phase run over the stationary phase, then what happen? Then the components are separated. Now how these components are separated? Now this yellow component and this orange component, or these components have the different interactions with the stationary phase, as this orange color component forms the weak bond with the stationary phase. Therefore, this orange component will elute first, and this yellow component have strong bond with the stationary phase. Therefore, it elute last. Like this, we get a separation of the different components on the stationary phase by moving this mobile phase. Okay, this is the mixture that we have spotted on the baseline. All this we have studied in the TYPSC. We have studied the thin layer chromatography, paper chromatography, column chromatography, all the chromatographic methods based on the principle of stationary phase and mobile phase, depending upon the interactions taking place in between stationary phase and the mobile phase, the separation takes place. This is the basic principle for all types of chromatography. Okay, this is all about the chromatography.